Hello, I'm Sophia Lou and welcome to my channel.
Hello guys and welcome to this week's video. This week I am actually just showing you a speed paint of a cover slash print design I did in time for London Comic Con. And I thought I'd use this speed paint to talk about character design of like a familiar type character, or if it's like a side character, or just simply creating a cute character design. I'm going to explain a little bit about this piece and then I'm going to dive into character design of my cute critters. Because I love creating like a critter to go with a character, and I think that's my obsession with Disney that kind of does that, where I always feel like a character needs a good side character to interact with. So anyway, this print I did was in time for London Comic Con, and it was there to promote the new Plant Witch series I was working on, as well as a cover design for the mini Prickles comic series I released in time for Comic Con. Now Prickles for me has been such a delight to draw because he really is based on my cat Bellatrix, and he is a very prickly but lovable chubby little fiend. And my whole idea with this print was to create him among his cacti to show that he was a cactus, and that way it was not only promoting the character design, but it would be able to promote the series as a whole and show that he really does live among his kind. This piece I wanted to go with a lot of greens, so when you're noticing that I'm doing it, I am using watercolours mainly for the background, a build up with pencil crayons which are WH Smith pencils, and I use my pro markers to really make the colours pop on Prickles. And this is the kind of designs I absolutely love doing, and I think it really does help promote a series a lot by having a good simple print that goes with it. So when I'm going to talk about character design, by the way, if you are looking for the full list of equipment, they are down below. I use Winsor and Newton paints, letraset pro markers, as well as Winsor and Newton pro markers. The fine liner I'm using is a Unipin fine liner. Pencil crayons, I use a WH Smith pencils, and the white gel I use is a uniball signo. If you've missed any of that, it is down below, and the paper I'm using is rowney mixed media. So character design. Let's talk character design. When you're creating your main character, the reason I really love doing side characters is, as I mentioned earlier, a part of me really loves Disney, and a Disney princess character would always have a side character. And in my head, I always like creating a cute critter to go with a main character, because I think that the interaction between animals and humans is very important. He's also the reason why Jellybean, one of my original comic designs and the current comic series I am working on, which is now working on chapter 3, she has a side character because their interaction is important. And it's also the reason why Freya has Gus and Cap in the Mushroom Hunter series, and why Marie Gold has Prickles, because I kind of like the character interaction between a small side character and to have a cute critter to go with them. It's just something that I've always enjoyed doing. So in order to create unique designs, what I like to do is I like to kind of mash up different creatures. So what I would suggest doing is, if you are very interested in doing something like this, I would grab your characters, get your sketchbook, and just mash up a load of character designs. Before Prickles had his final debut, so to speak, he had a lot of like different designs, which is why you can see me working on a lot of this. And you will see that I've got my phone there and I was streaming at the same time while I was doing this. Anyway, you will notice that Prickles has a very chubby design, and it's because I really like soft round shapes, and I feel like it helps when you're doing character design to think around about shapes. And this calls back to a lot of the things from Disney tropes. When you are thinking about characters, softer, more friendly characters will have rounder shapes, whereas more harder, more evil characters, so to speak, will have more angular shapes. And this is just the way that character design works. And if you are wanting to do a character design that you feel will resonate with people, I think looking at the people who have been doing character design for such a long time really does help. So my tips for when you're creating Critter is get a sketchbook and create as many designs as possible. This will make sure that you have covered all bases, and then you can see which character looks more appealing. Do a few drawings and see which people kind of relate to more. I found that when I was doing my cats and I was drawing all the different types of cats, people did like the different versions, but the cactus cat really worked because it was a pun, and that to me is why I was happy to do Prickles. Prickles was always going to be a cactus, it was a pun, but I had to make sure that I explored different factors to make sure that I'd done my job and made sure that I'd covered all bases. So then I knew, think of it almost as like development work, because that's what you want to do. After you've created your appealing design, make sure to try out different versions of that. So I have done versions where Prickles was really small, I've done where he was really big, really skinny, done different versions to try and make sure and see what was appealing, and in the end I went for a bigger, rounder character. If you guys are interested in more videos like this, please let me know in the comments down below. I do appreciate you guys enjoy these videos, and I'm really glad that you've been receiving well to these comic style videos, because it's the kind of stuff that I am very passionate about. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this speed paint on my thoughts on character design and creating appealing character. If you have any questions, please ask them down below and I will try my best to answer them as quick as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you wish to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel, comment down below if you have any questions. But as always folks, stay creative.